are looking live in Bentonville from the Jack Links camera where we're not seeing ice out there, but it is pretty cold.
Yeah, very cold out there, very gloomy as well. All the wet roads that we had this morning now starting to dry out as we get into the afternoon. Of course, we got a lot of big changes still to talk about in the forecast. This is what it could look like going into tomorrow morning with widespread showers across the area and the chances of maybe seeing more of that freezing rain starting to work back in there. Before we talk about that, let's take a look at current temperatures across the board. Temperatures right now into those mid to upper 30s across northwest Arkansas, those low 40s across the river valley. Again, this is probably the best that we're going to see today. A bit chilly out there no matter where you are. Again, gloomy at least through the evening hours into tomorrow morning because of that next round of some rain trying to move in by the time we get into early tomorrow morning. So now let's take a look at futurecast. Rest of the day today looks like this. Very gloomy outside. Temperatures not moving much from here. By the time we get to the early morning hours for our Wednesday, that's when we could start to see maybe a few scattered showers at first before becoming more widespread. First across the river valley before working north into northwest Arkansas. Because temperatures are going to be well above the freezing point once again in the river valley, temperature is going to be right around those upper 30s, low 40s, mainly just looking at some steady cold rainfall throughout that morning commute. Now across northwest Arkansas, temperatures once again going to get very close to that freezing point. If we're at 33 degrees, then we're talking about that cold rainfall. If we drop to 32 degrees though, that's what we could have some freezing rain, some freezing drizzle, even some sleet trying to mix in there for that Wednesday morning commute. Now again, temperature is going to be right on that freezing mark. This model showing us that 34 in extreme northwest Arkansas may be enough to try to mix over into some of that sleet or freezing rain going into tomorrow morning. And this system is a little bit later than our first system that we had. The rain was pretty much done with by the time we got to 5 a.m. this morning. This is a look at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we're still seeing widespread showers across northwest Arkansas and the river valley. And this will be the window that we could start to see some of that freezing rain coming mainly across northwest Arkansas, across the river valley. Again, just looking at a very cold rainfall throughout the day. Where the biggest zone is going to be for that potential is definitely going to be in parts of northwest Arkansas and especially in the higher elevation parts of northwest Arkansas. You get to the Boston Mountains, that's where you could find most of that ice going into tomorrow morning. The rest of us just dealing with another rain event. When it comes to accumulation, not looking at anything fantastic. Actually, it's going to be good news for us. Maybe just another chance for a thin glaze across the area. If anything, I think it's another scenario where we could see up to around of 1/10 of an inch, which we saw today, could cause some minor power outages, could cause some slick spots on the roadways. That's what we're hoping for tomorrow. Obviously, the best case scenario would be is that we stay above that freezing point, and we're just talking about another situation with some cold rainfall, but want to prepare you just in case we drop below that freezing point and start to see some freezing rain across the area. Again, Wednesday morning, a little bit later, I think we see that rainfall starting at around 3 a.m., going throughout the morning hours and wrapping up in the early afternoon. Be cautious of a few of those slick spots, not only on the roadways, but in those parking lots as well. The sidewalks could be slick. Heading out the door could be slick as well. Minor impacts overall expected. And again, the hope is that we stay above that freezing point and just see a cold rainfall. If not, though, that's what we could see. Now let's skip ahead going into Thursday morning. Now that the rain chances will be done, at least for a little bit, that's when the cold air is going to rush in. Waking up Thursday morning, wind chill values single digits and teens across the area. Very chilly outside later on this week. Northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days. Weather impact alert for today and tomorrow just because of the chances of tomorrow again seeing some of those slick spots on the roadways. And this chance has a little bit higher concern across parts of northwest Arkansas where we could see a little bit more of the widespread chances maybe across some of those major interstates rather than just in the higher elevation. Again, it's all going to be about what the temperature is. If we stay above that freezing point, we'll be okay. Now, very cold going into Thursday morning. Obviously, those wind chill values, single digits and teens. We get a brief warm up for the end of the week for Valentine's Day before that next system comes in Friday night going into Saturday. Saturday, I'm expecting a lot of cold rainfall once again throughout most of the day. But as temperatures drop Saturday evening going into Sunday, we're going to get below freezing once again. This time, we're looking at the chances for some snowflakes to work in after the rainfall is pushing east and we start to drop below freezing. That's where we could see some snow on the backside of that system, and then obviously much colder going into our Sunday. It's still winter. We still have plenty more of these systems to go. Unfortunately, it's been a busy week so far. Got another system tomorrow, and from the looks of it, it looks like Saturday is going to be another situation where it starts as rain, and as temperatures drop, we could see some winter precipitation.